Guys, we're not going to start off with the regular intro. I'm just going to say it's not snowing. It's reasonably sunny, and we're going to have a good day. So, AJ, roll the intro. Let's get this day going. Guys, this is not what this showroom was designed for, but I do have one unit here that is going to be part of the for sale side of 250Rs. So this is an 82 first generation ATC 250R Honda. 81 would have had a drum brake. 82 has the disc brake. So these are first year 250Rs, 81, 82. So this is a second year, first generation. And it's really a pretty original bike. I got it out of California. Even left the California sticker right here. California's real picky, but it had a couple good things. It's an original tank. It's in good shape. You can actually see the decals right here still present, but it's lost its color. Original plastic, aftermarket seat, original sticker right here. Original sticker right here. The plastic air vents that usually either got taken off or broken, and even the original headlight. You guys can go online and look at what these things bring on eBay. Like, each piece of this bike's incredible how expensive it is. It does have a couple little cracks in the plastic, but it's all original. It's a nice original bike. So I don't know that we'll get loaded on there today, but I went in and put that one in here because I wanted to photograph it just with a different background. And I hate parting with any of them. They're all like little children to me, but this one, I've already got a pretty much perfect out the crate 82, 2 or 3 rider 82s, and then a couple museum quality 82s. So I don't need another 82. This will be fun for somebody. This could be a great rider bike. I'll check the sheet, but I think we've gone over for service and everything. Kind of original with the tires, not original tires, but similar to how the original tires would be. Just a neat piece. So again, run out of space. Not hoarding them any longer. Even got the parking brake. Appears that almost works. It would work enough. So we'll get on the website, and when it goes on the website, it even has the original skid plate up underneath and original exhaust. A lot of cool originalness to this bike. Even these, which I need for one of the other bikes, they're impossible to get. So pretty cool piece. And then another one that's actually going up on the rack very soon. That'll be finished up and done, so that'll be one that goes on the rack. So a couple little ATCs for you guys today. Yep, we got Mike over there taking care of our lights. We actually had the lights on the flag, and boy, it is whipping today. We had the flag across the street right around Christmas time and had the light on that. So now the flag's over here. He actually adjusted those slightly so that it's shining on it. And we got to readjust those back in the back of the building. We actually had the power company install those, and when they installed them, they didn't turn them enough away from the road, and actually got a complaint from the county. So they got to turn themselves towards the building that way, and Mike will make sure that is done. We'll be looking good. We got a lot of stuff going on today. I know we love our 450 trucks. This is one that we sold a while back, getting some maintenance done. We also have a little progress on the 2-wheel drive GMC. And the more I look at this truck, it actually might be a good donor for a 4-wheel drive conversion. I haven't done one of those in a while. Definitely haven't done one for the channel in a while. You can see where the windows were taped up. The windows had been down. It had some issues there. That's been taken care of. The truck been sitting because it was actually undergoing a restoration. And you can see it's got brand new tires. Going back as a grandpa original. New shocks type restoration. And the company that was doing it closed. So we've got all the emblems. We've got the proper trim because it would have had body side trim down bottom. And the windows are up. That one's still got to be adjusted and put in the track. And it runs. And we got wiper blades and a bunch of other stuff. But it's got a cool pleated seat with the red in it. A little dirty in there, but and somebody has wrapped the dash in leather. So it has had some cool upgrades, and now it moves. So don't know which direction we're going quite yet. We're going to finish the service stuff up first. I want to put fresh fuel in it, fuel filters, get it running a little better, because you can definitely smell the old stinky fuel. Finish putting all the lenses in, getting a few more of the cosmetics done, because all that will stay the same if we do a four-wheel drive conversion. So that is still on the plate, but a cool truck, a really straight. I wish they hadn't put that tape on the body, but that'll come off and buff up okay. Spray and bed liner scheduled. So everything's rolling good. Got a couple others to get serviced. There's the Tahoe. And we're getting ready to do, if you guys follow, that was Cletus McFarland's wife's Tahoe. That was supercharged, and exhaust was done, a bunch of other stuff. So we actually changed the exhaust again. And TJ is now deciding on a upgraded fuel pump system. So the tank pump was never changed, and they did the other pump. So 2 pumps for this. So I think he decided we're going to do probably going to do the Escalade V in the tank. The pump that they used and chose to use for the motor is Escalade V already with upgraded injectors. So I think the pump in the tanks will go to Escalade V. Man, this thing rips. It is strong. And the California Squarebody. We ended up with a couple sensor issues on this. They got addressed. A temperature sensor, in case you guys ever run into a problem with one of these TBI. This is a 91, very last year ever for Squarebody. Most people argue it was 87. It was not. It was 91, and this is it. Heck, this could have been the last one off the assembly line for all we know. That would be cool. 12-inch kit, 39s. We go over all that in another video. But had a running issue, and if you tested the coolant temperature sensor, is reading negative like 60 degrees. I think that's the number that pops up quite regularly, which just means it's grounded out or shorted. So if you see that, you know you got a problem. Replaced it with one that was bad also. It was reading another negative reading. So finally, another sensor reading proper temperature, installed it. It was showing 60 degrees or whatever the outside temperature was. That works good. Also did an oxygen sensor at the same time. So that was taken care of. So we need to do a test drive, check the AC and a couple other things for a customer request. But me and TJ did go on a ride with the scanner, and she's running good. That's a big block 454 TBI. And we put a little fresh fuel in it also. And it is, again, 12-inch steering, track bar, all the good stuff. Those guys. What we got? Team effort now? Oh, so Junior finished. What happened, TJ?
Waiting on a clutch.
Oh, we're waiting on parts. Waiting on parts. Yeah, that's always a good excuse. Check that out, guys. In 1 day's time, 3-deuce motor swap, 3-deuce motor swap. TJ does have a valid excuse. He's waiting on parts, and parts are a problem for regular vehicles, much less something this cool. But no damage to the cars. Super, super clean install. This is the kind of stuff that is amazing. And this car was more equipped with air condition, power steering, and a few other features. So it did make this one a little more lengthy. So Junior should have been behind, but he got his done first. What a cool couple cars. When you talk about getting into your work, that's how you do it right there. So I showed y'all that I've been driving the X350. It's actually a great towing vehicle. I'm going to put some serious weight on it next week because we're going to be getting some boats out. We'll be getting some trailers out. We're going to clean our back field out so we can get that all organized and get the parking lot graded. Really happy with that truck. And people ask, what's the big deal? I'll reemphasize it one more time because it went ridiculously viral. AJ, make sure you put this clip on TikTok so everybody can put their 2 cents in. There is not an SUV that you can buy to carry your whole family and still tow 20,000 pounds. It does not exist any longer. So that is the unit. that runs, drives, operates safely. It's a Super Duty chassis for those that are new with an Expedition rear on it. Why did you not do an Excursion, you ask? You can't do an Excursion because Excursion is steel and a new Super Duty is aluminum. You can't convert those together like you used to. We've done plenty of steel body conversions on Excursions. It's a whole different animal, but it is the vehicle that if you had to pull your race car trailer or your big boat or your big RV that you can tow and still haul your family. It's the ultimate SUV that no manufacturer currently makes, with a diesel and with towing capacity. We also have a wonderful lady going to be getting the OBS. Very happy she was able to work things out. She stopped in Tuesday or Wednesday, started the process, and everything is good to go. So I think she's going to roll in here tomorrow. We've got to get a Squarebody out for a special occasion as soon as we finish getting this video put together today. We're going to run up to the shop, and AJ is going to show you a little clip of Junior and TJ being very hands-on, finishing up that motor swap numbers matching situation, which that video got a lot of attention. That really was, I mean, I know our thumbnail is a little misleading. It might not have been the most exciting thing on YouTube. Tell me when you'd be able to find the proper numbers matching motor for a 63 in your 64 and your 64 having the right numbers matching for the 63. I don't think that will ever happen again in a gazillion years. That was the biggest coincidence on earth. And that's why it was so amazing to me. But also to see them knock it out was pretty darn cool. Also got a little clip to put in, AJ, of Mike being up on the pole and working the bucket trucks. I tell you guys, we use them. We do use them. He got the lights adjusted, so we got that taken care of. So much going on. Oh, I'll tell you about one more. Kind of funny yesterday. All right, we'll leave that till next week. It's about an excursion. I won't pull the paperwork out. I want to show you guys for real. So one thing I set out to do this year, kind of a New Year's resolution. I was watching some things right around New Year's, and kind of sucked because I've been hurt, shoulder injury that I've had for years, haven't been able to work out, felt, you know, just not myself. The headaches that I thought were gone, they're still here. Not a daily, but every 2 to 3 days, killer headache. So just have not been able to focus on a lot of things. So man said, you know what? I take every day and I just try to be thankful and do one good deed. And that good deed could be anything from just giving somebody a compliment to whatever. I said, you know what? I'm going to do that same thing. And I've done it every single day, whether it is just something for the kids, something for Tabitha, something for my mom, you know, got her some flowers, something at the shop, just telling the guys, extra good job, giving them a good high five, you know, telling people, you know, they're doing a good job. Trying to every day, trying to brighten something up. But I forgot, you know, that's just doing something for one person. So there could be some things that I could do on here where it reaches thousands of people. And I'm going to tell y'all something that I know has never been spoken on this channel before. And it happened right over here. So before my dad passed away, when we were closing up in the afternoons, it would typically be me and him. Mom would leave, go home. She'd start cooking dinner for Dad. Be me and him left. That was way before Mike was here. Mike was at my other location before AJ. It was literally me and Dad. We'd lock up. Alvin, you know, and the detailer before him, you know, he's already gone at 6 o'clock. So it might be 7 o'clock. We're finally leaving. Well, one day, it was kind of a cluster of a day. We had a RV that we were selling, and the customers insisted on checking everything. It was about this time of the year. That's why I remember it. We'd had it winterized, and they said, we want to put water in, flush the toilets, and do everything. So they hooked up to the water over here, but the truck was over there, filled it up, flushed the toilet, water ran out on the ground. Well, guess what? I'm the guy that climbed under the RV, laying in poop water to figure out that it had a hose that had slipped off, and got everything put back together, tightened the hose up. They rechecked it, made sure they were okay. And, you know, it was just a day, it was calamities. I think we sold 4 or 5 vehicles that day, and it was just, nothing was going quite right. So our sign, which is currently broken right now, I was over here messing with the sign. Dad was getting ready to get in his vehicle. He saw me over here. He walked over, and he said, the sun is, the rain, the wind. And I was trying to reset the breaker and reset the sign. The sign's always been a problem, but it is kind of neat when it works. And he said, son, He said, you know, you do a great job around here. And I know he didn't even tell my mom this because just like me, he was a very poor communicator. He said, son, you do a great job around here. He said, you're smarter than this business. He said, I hope you know that. And I was. I was already doing things that him, nor my mom, putting things in motion, investments and other things. I was trying to be wise. And my dad never wanted us in this business. I've told you guys that before. And I guess where I'm leading with this, sometimes you don't want to listen to everything your parents say because my dad did not want us to be part of this business. He said, you know, son, you'll make a fair living in the car business. It's just all that goes along with it. The headaches, the things that happen today, the customers that don't appreciate things that are going to make you not want to be in it one day. Now, I have a high spirit. I have a good outlook on things. But my dad had long since given up on the business. You guys realize we carried square bodies when square bodies were new. We have pictures, not just words. We have photos of our car lot in the 70s and 80s with 70s and 80s model square bodies. A lot of them. Some of them up on 44s. A ton of them on 36s and 38s. We were doing it back then. And then Dad said, you know what? I'm not happy with my clientele any longer. He changed the vans, and everybody just didn't understand. We had a lot across the street. It was just vans. You can insert a picture in here. Vans and only vans. Matter of fact, insert some pictures as I was speaking about the square bodies because you got them all laying on your desk. It was nothing but vans. It was nothing but square bodies. Square bodies turned to vans. It's because he liked the clientele better. Who drives a minivan? A nice family with children, which was what my dad was doing at that time. He was raising us. We were kids. So we became the minivan headquarters. Matter of fact, our sign over there still says minivan headquarters because he loved the clientele base. He'd gotten burnt out. He'd gotten beat down by customers. He did everything in his power to do everything right, and he got beat down by people. And sometimes you just have to lift yourself up. You have to understand you're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days. And I'm speaking to a lot of my business owners right now that are really ready to close their doors, I'm sure. You just got to put the effort in. Just like me laying in that poop water over there. I can picture it like it was yesterday. It was right there. It was windy. It was chilly. I got poop water on me, but I did it. And the people left, and they were happy. Our sign was broken. I was fixing it. And my dad took the time to give me a compliment. That didn't happen very often. And he was right. Car business will pay some bills, but it won't get you very far. And diversity is going to be my thing number 2 to tell you guys. Don't just put all your eggs in one basket. If you got some money in a savings account, put some in another savings account. If you got an investment over here, put some over there. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Even if something's doing really good, you got to be diversified. And at that point in time, I was already diversified in investments and savings and real estate and growing that. And unfortunately, my dad didn't get a chance to see all the cool stuff that I was able to do right at the time of his passing in the Marine and other things. So 3 things today. Take the time to compliment somebody. Never put all your eggs in one basket. And spend every moment you have with your loved ones because you're never going to know when you may or may not have a second chance. And there is the final. You saw it on the rack. You saw TJ putting the motor in it. You saw TJ under the hood on the rack. Now that Catalina is running, driving, 3 deuces under the hood, red wall tires. Both of those cars are running and driving. You followed that process, guys. You saw it if you watch every video from start to finish. And now they're back together with the proper motor under the hood of both vehicles. Those are now fully numbers matching as original spec as possible classic cars. Hope y'all have a great day.